Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. Today we have the new patch, and with the new patch, like I promised yesterday, I wanted to showcase Hecarim to begin with, because Hecarim has been one of my favorite champions in all of Legends of Runeterra history, so I just need to play him now that he got buffed. With that said, the deck that we ended up settling in was Hecarim Ionia, so Hecarim with Zed. And the reason that I really like this deck, and you guys might remember this deck because I showcased it before about like a month and a half ago. It kind of got the idea from another player called Dracos. And the idea here is that you're going very aggressive, utilizing your ephemerals as a more aggressive tool. Like, to be honest, this deck is more aggro than anything else. And honestly, that's the biggest downside with this deck, that sometimes we're killing the opponents so fast that we don't actually get to see Hecarim level up, right? So Hecarim is more there like an alternate win condition in case that the opponent is able to kind of stabilize early on and they think they might be safe, but you then summon Hecarim, level up Hecarim, and is still able to push a ton of damage after that. With that said, the deck list has changed a little bit since I first showcased it, and even changed a little bit since I recommended it yesterday on my deck recommendations. And the reason for that is because some of the cards I felt were a little bit too clunky, and obviously we got some new cards like Dragon Ambush, which I think work out really well in this deck. So let's go ahead and jump to the breakdown. So again, the idea here is that you're going super aggressive and just taking advantage of your ephemerals to be able to buff up 3 key cards: Shadow Apprentice, Sparing Student, Grimglade Duel. All 3 of these cards get buffed up, their attack especially, when you summon another unit. For the Apprentice is when you summon an ephemeral unit, but you know, kind of the same thing. So you end up with an elusive here, a big Sparing Student, and another elusive here that all of a sudden, if the opponent's not careful, can go all the way to 4 or 5 attack when they're attacking, and they need to block or do something about it. So that's kind of the main idea. You do this, combine that with your ephemerals, which can also get buffed with the Soul Shepherd, making the ephemerals deal 2 or 3 damage at a time, which can start adding up really, really quickly. And then you also have Shark Chariot on top of that, which is a free unit that you get every time that you attack with an ephemeral. That can also get buffed with the Soul Shepherd and deal 4. And all of a sudden you have a board that just goes really wide, really aggro, really quickly. That's kind of like our early units. To kind of support that game plan, we play a couple things. So we play Station. Station is a really good addition to this deck because now you can stun one of the opponent's blockers. That's one of the biggest problems with ephemerals. Like, they could be chump blocked by like a small 1/1 spiderling. Now no longer the case. Now you can stun whatever unit you want and force the opponent to have to block with one of their key units, otherwise they take a ton of damage. Especially because this is a 4/4, right? And you can also summon a Shark Chariot or get buff as Soul Shepherd. Zed kind of does the same thing, becomes a really big threat that's just summoning a bunch of sharks or summoning like a big shadow that's doing a lot of damage. And obviously Hecarim is a big finisher where when we're dropping down, especially if you have sharks on the field, you're able to just get a bunch of them. If Hecarim levels up, now all your ephemerals, including the ones that you summon from Hunter Relic and Onslaught of Shadows, are doing a lot more damage than they would have done before. And to finalize that, we have another ephemeral generator, which is a Dragon Ambush, which whether you have a Hecarim leveled up or you have a Soul Shepherd in the field, it makes this really, really good because now your Dragonlings become a 3/2 if it's Soul Shepherd, or they become like a 5 attack unit that the opponent needs to block while also healing you back up. So it ends up putting a lot of pressure. The rest of the deck is just small things to support that. I like the Oblivious Islander as an early blocker against like aggro decks, and I also don't mind putting it on the Hecarim, to be honest. Because really what we care about is leveling up the Hecarim. So putting this on a Hecarim early on to shoot out Hecarim a turn earlier is completely fine in my opinion. We have Syncopation. I really like Syncopation because it's a 2-mana spell that allows you to potentially save a Hecarim against like a Vengeance, right? So let's say that you usually, you have another unit on the field, maybe like a Shadow Assassin, a Shadow Apprentice or Sparing Student. Sometimes it's okay to swap it for a Hecarim. Not only that, but Syncopation is really good because it can sometimes present some sneaky lethals for opponents that are not expecting you to be able to swap out the attackers in a way that they don't expect. And you'll see that here in a couple of games today. Twin to let us save Zed, obviously because Zed only has 2 HP, that's the Mystic Shot. The Knight to protect against some random stuff, and then the Heroine for those games that go really, really late. Because now once you level up Hecarim once, it means that everything from your Heroine is going to be like super, super powerful. I think the deck has been working really, really well for me. I'm probably going to play on stream tonight a little bit as well. So, Again, I think it's really good, and it's really aggro deck that kind of puts a lot of damage. But anyways, I digress. I'll let you guys enjoy the games. Again, as always, if you like the content, please make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. And I'll see you all at the end of the video for some Aurelion tips. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Nasus Thresh. Interesting. Nasus Thresh, Dragon's Ambush might be okay, but maybe not this early. I always like keeping at least one Shark Chariot, because I feel like it synergizes pretty well with the rest of our deck. This is vulnerable to a Battle Feast, right? Next turn, which is kind of annoying. We can do Shark Chariot in turn 2, set on turn 3, be able to resummon the Shark Chariot as well as attack with the set. That will give us 2 towards Hecarim. And then from there, we just hope that the opponent has no way to disrupt our game plan. Yeah, I think yeah, this is the Battle Feast, cool. That gives him a blocker for set. So that gives him a blocker for set. Why not take your free 1 damage? I think that's kind of weird, right? Next time we can do Soul Shepherd into Shark Chariot and be able to open attack with set on turn 5. Unless the opponent has a Merciless Hunter here that can pull the set next turn. In which case... Whoa. Quicksand? This is the only thing that makes sense here. Opponent will have to have Quicksand here. Wow. Okay, so it has to be the Merc... Okay, actually... Or, no, if it was Black Spear, they would have used it right away. So I'm so confused here, right? Because Black Spear could have killed the set. He could have done that on the stack. Oh, Infinity, I think, is playing a little bit loose this game. Because he let set level up when they could have killed it in the stack. Right? It's a little bit concerning, mister. Do we ever actually do the Shark Chariot here? I don't think we do. I think we do it next turn, right? Because he's gonna get buffed up by the Soul Shepherd. I guess he's gonna get buffed up by the Soul Shepherd anyways. We go Shark Chariot. We go Onslaught of Shadows. Oh, that's kind of bad. That's a little bit bad, huh? Because he's gonna level up the Thresh. So now we get counter here because Thresh is gonna level up. Yeah, that Thresh is gonna level up. Because we also have the Shark Chariot on the field. I guess our only hope here... Our only hope is that we can just do as much damage as possible. Like, Thresh is gonna level up no matter what. So our only hope here is that we can do as much damage as possible. And then try to finish him off on our next turn. Right? Because here he can block here. He takes 6. Goes on to 5. Thresh levels up no matter what. We get a Nasus next turn. That's gonna be not enough to level up, I don't think. It should be at like 6 or 7, if I remember correctly. I guess it's gonna get another one from killing the Soul Shepherd here. And then if the opponent has another Nasus in his hand, then he wins the game because he'll be able to do the Siphoning Strike, right? Which is gonna be kind of unfortunate. Could also be Atrocity, right? Atrocity also finishes the game. So Atrocity finishes the game. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. It'd be exactly 12. So it'd be exactly 12, unfortunately. Do we need this? Kind of like it. Kind of like it. I kind of like the Oblivious Islander because it lets us do this on the Hecarim, and now the Hecarim itself is going to be an Ephemeral unit. We have Syncopation to protect against a single combat. Siphoning Strike or Vengeance, right? It has to be Atrocity. Vengeance will not be enough. So Siphoning Strike, still not gonna be enough, right? Still not gonna be enough. Because we can Syncopation to save the thing. We can still do the Syncopation play next turn. Opponent decides to go to 9. Could be Siphoning Strike or could be the Thresh bots, right? The Thresh bots would actually be a big deal. Actually, yeah, the Thresh bots would be a huge deal here. Because the Thresh bots just completely counters us. Now, if the opponent kills this unit right now, then we're in trouble. So, how do we do this? Here, he's forced to block with Nasus, right? So, opponent got one. Oh, he has it. Man, he has it. But Syncopation is going to save us, right? Because if he has the bots, he taps out of Vengeance. So I think Syncopation saves us. I think Syncopation actually saves us and presents lethal here. Because he has to have the bots, right? I guess Atrocity, we lose the game. Yeah, the bots. Then we swap. And call it a day. This is pushing 9. Opponent doesn't have enough for Vengeance anymore. Quicksand is not enough either. Actually, no, that's not enough, right? Yeah, that's not enough. Because that's only dealing 6 to the Hecarim. So he had double bots. Wow. That's actually a pretty good counter for these Ephemeral decks, right? Because the bots is like, most of the Ephemerals don't have that much health. So the bot is always able to kill them. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Bard Ahri. I do think Bard Ahri is one of the strongest decks in the meta. So I am interested to see how this shapes out. Now, the problem with the elusive is that the opponent has a lot of good blockers for this elusive. So maybe we don't go for the elusive. Maybe we go for a full-on Ephemeral win condition. I think that has to be the plan. I think the elusive is a bait. Yes. Oh yeah. Especially now that we got the Soul Shepherd. I think we just go for a full elusive win condition. Where we go Soul Shepherd, Haunted Relic, Shark Chariot, buff everything up multiple times. Have another Shark Chariot later on. Double Soul Shepherd. So now we just go the Unleash Energy, right? Now we just go Soul Shepherd into Unleash Energy and the opponent shouldn't have a way to stop this. I guess they do, right? They do have access to Nullify or Deny right here. Which if I'm them, I'm inducing it right now. Whoa! So, how do you stop this now? This is pushing 3, 6, 9. Nullify. Okay, he got the Nullify. We still get to push 4 damage with the Soul Shepherds. We go ahead and do the Shark Chariots next turn. Right? To have them in the graveyard. And then on turn 5, we do Station and Onslaught of Shadows. To get rid of the blockers. We can even do Station now if we need to block something. Shadow Apprentice is pretty good. I like the Shadow Apprentice. It lets me block the Shadow Assassin. Which could be a good thing for us later. We can do Shark Chariot first, number 1 here. Right? Really, the hardest thing for us is having enough space for the Onslaught of Shadows. Like, that's the biggest thing that we need to worry about, right? Let's do this first and see if he goes for like a Deny or a Nullify right here. Because this is very good for him to Nullify or Deny. So this will kind of give me some information about what the opponent has. We can stun the Bard with the Station. He's actually going to deny this. And if he denies this, we still have the Station. Yeah, there we go. So if he denies this, we still have the Shark Chariot and the Station, right? Which are both going to present a lot of damage. So yeah, let's go like this. We stun the Bard. We summon the Shark Chariot. We have another Shark Chariot in the graveyard as well. That's going to come out. We can attack with the Soul Shepherds. And now what? Now what does he do here? Yeah. If I'm him, I'm blocking the elusive, right? Because this is trading here. And okay, I guess you decide to go to 3. Okay. But again, this is the pressure that I'm talking about. recall. You're gonna recall just to save some damage. The only concern that we have now is that we don't have any more ephemerals in our hand, which means that we don't have a way to summon the 2 Shark Chariots that we have in the graveyard. So even though we have 2 Shark Chariots in the graveyard, they're not actually gonna be that useful unless we top deck like a Hecarim or top deck something like that. The problem with Hecarim in turn 7 is that the opponent can just recall it, right? Okay, I see it. So that by recalling the Shadow Assassin, you keep it alive and you block as much damage as possible. We do get the Sparing Student, which is kind of nice. Let's see. Oh, wait. This is just game, right? If he taps out of deny? Wow. I want to go... I'm going to go Sparing Student first. I want him to do whatever he thinks first. Whatever. He tapped out of deny, right? He tapped out of deny, so this is lethal. This is lethal because he summons both Shark Chariots. We have the two Dragon Links, which are all at 4 attack. And we also heal all the way back up to 15. That ambush, man, that Dragon ambush is so good. Wow. And it only works really because of the Soul Shepherd. I think just having two 1 attackers is not enough. I think it really works because of the Soul Shepherd. Because you get 4 attack units like this. So we got rewarded, and ended up, not only did we draw an Ephemeral attacker, but we literally drew the best form of Ephemeral attackers. So, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Trundle, Tryndamere, Field Rush. I mean, we have 1 deny. 1 deny. And maybe that might make the whole difference. But I think for the most part, we're going to have a very hard time kind of winning this matchup before they get to the stage that they want to be at, right? Maybe we can aggro them down a little bit here, right? By having the Sparing Student plus the Soul Shepherd plus the Hunter Relic next turn. That could potentially be an option. Unless the opponent does a Battle Feast right here to start the game with. Doesn't do the Battle Feast, so that's pretty good for us. So what we can do is that we can pass to the Soul Shepherd. And then do the Hunter Relic, I guess. And that will give me access to 3, right? So that puts us at 3 out of 7. This puts us at 5 out of 7. And then Hecarim attacking gets us there. Still need to get the deny, though. Which is a little unfortunate. Opponent has a tough choice here, too, though, right? They could play Avalanche, which will actually remove all the Hunter Relics. So maybe we actually do the Spectral Raiders. Maybe we do the Spectral Raiders just because the opponent has access to Avalanche. I mean, even if he does the Avalanche, he's still getting hit by 5, 7. I think I like the Onslaught of Shadows. I think I like the Onslaught of Shadows slightly better here. Just so that we can actually push this damage through and just put a lot of pressure on them. Because the opponent probably wants to take it slow and like do the whole... Okay, well, he has the bots. Alright. So I got punished by the bots, which makes us lose the Soul Shepherd, but we still at least get the 4/4 here. We don't get the value here from attacking with the Hecarim, which is a little unfortunate. This is nice though. This means that we can attack with Hecarim next turn. And I don't care about losing Hecarim. Now, opponent could technically have, I guess, Vengeance, right? Should be a little bit annoying. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this first, just so that we actually don't make the Sparing Student vulnerable to a Battle Feast. Because if we do the Hunter Relic first, opponent could Battle Feast the Sparing Student on the stack and prevent it from actually getting value. Here, opponent needs to Vengeance this like right away. And once he Vengeances this, or Avalanche, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, no. This works out, right? This exactly 6. Because this is going to summon 2 more. Opponent doesn't even have a way to, like, summon this and to kill this anymore. The problem is that I'm still 1 off, right? So I'm still 1 off from being able to level up Hecarim, which kind of sucks. But this is pushing a lot of damage. Opponent just committed their Avalanche. I guess doesn't have the battle feast. We're one off for leveling up Hecarim. Opponent goes down to 3 HP unless they have another bots right here. But I feel like if they had another bot, they would have just waited until I summon more units. I guess maybe they were scared of... Wow, he goes down to 3 HP. That's absolutely crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me. Because now the station is going to be such a big punish. The station is going to be so good in this situation. I don't think the Dragon Ambush makes sense, right? Because they're only 2/1s that can easily get killed by like Whale or Battle Feast. So I think it's always going to be stuck in shadows. If the opponent passes here, I can always just pass back as well. I think that's also a good consideration. Like if they pass here, I'm fine burning their mana because they are at 3 HP, so they're gonna need to do something here sooner rather than later. We still have the station for next turn as well. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Like passing there wouldn't have made sense for the opponent, so I guess we just do the stuff in shadows here. Wow. So the Shark Chariot is really tempting. The Shark Chariot is really tempting, but I think it's gonna actually be the Soul Shepherd. Because what we can do is that we can Soul Shepherd here, right? Soul Shepherd again next turn, and then set up the stagehands to have like 6/6 attack, right? Because now opponents are gonna have a hard time dealing with this whole board here. So we do this, right? We can even just do a single station and then do the Dragon Ambush. That could also be an option. Because now with the Dragon Ambush, each of the Dragon Links are gonna have 3 HP, which means that we don't have to worry. I'm gonna go like this first. I don't care about Ruination. Ruination doesn't kill us here. Because if it Ruinates, we can always just Dragon Ambush and it will be 4 damage. Because opponent only has 10. So a Ruination, and that's game. I think he just realized. So I think, yeah, the Soul Shepherd was the correct choice because it makes the rest of our cards be a little bit better. Shark Chariot would have gotten punished if the opponent had a way to move our Ephemeral attackers. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Zoe, Aso, and this is going to be Targon's Peak. I like the Hecarim a lot. You know what I want to look for? I want to look for my Ephemeral attackers. Like the Onslaught of Shadow is pretty good. Because we can do Shark Chariot into Onslaught of Shadows for next turn, for having a big attack next turn. The Hecarim is kind of nice because Hecarim is a really good target for Targon's Peak, right? If they play it. What I really look for here is going to be Soul Shepherd. That would be really, really good. We don't get it. A little bit unfortunate. We could just wait. I guess we don't have... I mean, no. Let's do the Shark Chariot right now. Because if we do get another unit, like if we get an elusive here, we want to play it instead like this, right? So we get the Shadow Apprentice. And now we do the Onslaught of Shadows. I guess opponent could have another... Opponent could have like an elusive blocker here. Or could have like a stun. That could be annoying. Like if they have the stun to stun our Ephemerals. That could be a problem. Doesn't do it. So I guess we'll go ahead and just take this 7 damage through. That's okay with me. Now we can do Onslaught of Shadow again next turn. I do want to see if I can get something that I can play this turn. We don't get it. Opponent gets to just heal back up. A little bit unfortunate. Let's go ahead and do Onslaught of Shadows again. This is gonna level up Hecarim. Because we'll be able to summon the full entourage. Do I even care about this? I don't think I do. I think I just do the second Spectre, right? Like, this is still summoning our Shark Chariots. I don't think that's the spot where we deny. Now, it does mean that the Hecarim will not level up until later, yeah. So now that he does this, do we even do it anyways? Do we deny it? Do we actually deny this? I think we do, right? How does the opponent beat us when we summon Hecarim next turn? While we still push a ton of damage here. So the reason I didn't deny the first Avalanche was in case that he had exactly that. Here, I don't see a way for them to win. Because with 7 mana in Freljord and Targon, they have no way to stop the Hecarim. So now Hecarim open attacks next turn and just wins the game. Oh wow, okay, that's a good number of blockers though, right? So now he gets a ton of blockers here. So he does have a good chance here. But what if we get rid of his blockers? So this is gonna summon 2 plus a shark, right? So what if we just get rid of his blockers? What if we just go like this? Right? Get rid of 1 blocker. Let's say that the opponent decides to go... Oh, he has to draw? Zoe? Okay. Alright, alright. So now everything here is going to get +3 because Hecarim levels up. I don't see how opponent wins this. We even have Twin Discipline and Syncopation to be able to punish and switch blockers as we need to. I guess the opponent lives. This is going to be... Oh, ho, ho, ho. Is he going to get greedy by not blocking? So this is lethal, right? Syncopation just completely finish it off. And that's exact lethal here. Because he decided not to block. So he decided not to block, which I understand why. You want to have your ramp. That's the way that you win with this deck. But by not blocking, he opened himself up to a syncopation. And I think people are just not playing around the power of that card. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Shyvanna, Jarvan, Garen. Wonder what this deck is going to be about. Ooh, I like the Shark Chariot. I think the Greenglade duo might be risky because the opponent looks like they're playing... You know, I'm going to get greedy. I'm going to go double Shark Chariot. I'm going to get really, really greedy. Oh man, and we even get the Soul Shepherd on top of it? This is going to be great. So I'm going to always start with Shark Chariot here. Just push 3 damage, because I don't want to attack with the Soul Shepherd. This also advances our Hecarim by 1, which might make a difference. This opponent decided to take the 3. We do Soul Shepherd into... Oh! Ah. Okay. I'm okay with this. It kind of sucks, but I'm okay with this. Because I think what I'm going to do is going to do a Sparing Student into Zed. And opponent's going to have another single combat to stop this Zed, right? I guess they could have single combat right here to stop this Sparing Student before it gets crazy. My only problem here is that if the opponent does have a way to stop the Zed, then it becomes a really big problem. So maybe we don't go for the Zed. Maybe we go for the Shark Chariot into the stagehand. Yes. I think this is correct. This puts us at 3. We have another Shark Chariot coming down from the graveyard, putting this at 4. Opponent decides to do the single combat right here. Be my guess. Yeah, so if we summon the Zed, we would have just lost straight into the single combat. We still get the value from another Shark Chariot that's going to come down on the field. And opponent's going to obviously block. And this gets us up to 4, right? Next turn we can do the Zed. And if the opponent decides to kill the Zed right away, we have enough to do the Harrowing on the next turn after that. You know what? Let's let it go. Let's let it go. Have a Zed in our graveyard, and now we do the Harrowing. And that should be lethal. Not only that, but he cannot even block with the Screeching Dragon, because the Screeching Dragon now only has 3 HP. Yeah, I like it. By the way, because this got summoned, it means that the Shark Chariot that I'm going to summon are going to get buffed by her. So look at this. So we go like this. We know we get 2 Shark Chariots on the field. We can do Zed, and that gives me another Shadow, which is better than attacking with the other Shark Chariots in the graveyard. This is more damage this way. This is more damage this way because both of these Shark Chariots and this Living Shadow all get buffed by the Soul Shepherd. And there you go. Wow, Harrowing is a pretty good card, huh? Harrowing is a pretty good card in this deck. Maybe I should play 2 of it. GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Lurk. Ha! This is going to be bad actually because we don't really have a lot of good blockers against Lurk, which can be a little bit scary. Now, we can rush them down. This is a hand that I think allows me to rush the opponent down, because both of our units are going to get buffed every time that we summon other units, right? So we could... Oh, and especially since now we have the Soul Shepherd. Man, I would love to do both of this and this. Maybe actually the Shadow Prince was a mistake. Maybe we need to go Soul Shepherd next turn and then Green Glade Duo and then Onslaught of Shadows. That's probably a better play. But now that we have said, we can just take it smooth and easy, right? So I like the Soul Shepherd. I like the Soul Shepherd here into Zed next turn. Opponent will need to high roll a Pike right here from the top of their deck for them to be able to actually stop us. Otherwise, they're gonna get hit by a bunch of damage here, and then next so we can do the Onslaught of Shadows. We can do double Green Gate Duo and then Onslaught of Shadows. Sorry. This goes to 2 attack. This is dealing 3 plus another 4 with the Shadow that he needs to block. This is dealing 2 if we wanted to. If the opponent summons the Walking Sands, I don't think we can summon the Soul Shepherd. Okay. We have a good blocker here. So now what? Now you still need to sacrifice your Treasure Seeker. He does get the Lurk, which is pretty annoying, but he's still going to be taking at least 5 damage here. And this is when we start rushing him down, because I don't think he's going to have a way to stop the elusives. So this deck is sneakily like an aggro deck. Like people obviously see a Hecarim, and Hecarim is an interesting win condition, right? But I really think that this deck is way more aggro than it is actually like Hecarim base, if that makes sense. Now, he could have another Hammer Snout, which could punish this play right here. So maybe it was better to just wait it out. I think that has to be the Pike, right? Yeah, that has to be the Pike. That doesn't make sense otherwise. So it has to be the Pike, or he needs to have the Rally next turn. Either or. I don't think we ever block, because we want to be able to buff up the Onslaught of Shadows. So we do take an additional 4 damage here, because we got blocked with the Soul Shepherd. But the Onslaught of Shadow means that we're definitely going to be able to kill him this turn. And he's going to have to sacrifice his units against the guys anyways. This is 3, 7, 11. Opponent shouldn't have enough units. And there we go. And then we have the Twin to top it off. I guess he does, actually. He does have enough units, but he's going to have to sacrifice everything. Yeah, he's going to have to sacrifice everything. This is still not overwhelmed, so it doesn't matter to us. And we can summon Hecarim next turn. We have a blocker for the Under Titan, so it's not a big deal. Hecarim stays alive. We have Twin to protect it. And we can even level up Hecarim next turn. Right? So we can even level up Hecarim next turn. And I'm actually willing to sacrifice my Hecarim this turn too. So I'm willing to sacrifice my Hecarim. So let's say that the opponent attacks here. Okay. Alright. I think opponent underestimates the fact that we're able to just do this. And we have a second Hecarim in our hand. Opponent has no board to speak of. So we shouldn't have a way to lose here. I guess opponent could technically have a Pike, but the Pike is not going to be enough unless he has 2 Pikes in their hand. And there you go. GG's. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Hecarim level up because we're just killing them too fast. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Nami, Twisted Fate, but PNC. Obviously, PNC is old news, right? Everybody's playing Shadow Owls. My opponent needs to get with the program. I don't like this whole hand. I like this a little bit better. The 2 Dragon Ambush are a little bit awkward, but it could be fine because we have the Shark Chariot. I think what I really need now is a Soul Shepherd. Without a Soul Shepherd, it's a little bit annoying. Now, usually this opponent would like to pass to be able to turbo level Nami. So I think we always get a good attack here. Unless the opponent decides to actually spend their mana, which means that they will be delaying their Nami level up. I'm okay if they spend their mana here. Yeah, if you spend your mana here, you are delaying your Nami level up, which I think is what they just realized. Now, the other thing we can do here is that now we can summon Zed. If the opponent has the Mystic Shot, they have it. If the opponent has the Mystic Shot, they have it, right? If they have the Mystic or they get excited, again, it means that they're delaying their Nami level up by 1 turn. They're gonna go ahead and do it. Yeah, get excited. They discarded a Glorious Evolution, which I actually kind of like in that deck, to be honest. Now, what we can do here is another Shark Chariot, right? Which will give us the Ephemeral. And then if the opponent has something like Twisted Fate, we can always do Station, and we have 2 Shark Chariots on the field. Because remember, we already have another one in the graveyard, right? So even if the opponent kills this first one to quote-unquote stop this Shark Chariot from summoning the second Shark Chariot, they get punished by the fact that we have a Station in our hand, allowing us to still summon both Shark Chariots anyways. Oh, he went for the blue card. Okay. I like the Station. I like the Station here. Yeah, I like the Station. We go like this. I want to force him to block with Twisted Fate or just take a ton of damage. So now opponent has a choice here. They either block with Twisted Fate or they're taking 10 damage to the face. Or I guess 11, because yeah, you take 10. Is he actually going to take 10? I think if opponent takes 10 damage here, he loses the game. Especially with us having double Dragon Ambush. And they actually go for it. So I think this is game, right? Dragon Ambush into Haunted Relic as well. The question here is, do we Dragon Ambush right now? Opponent doesn't really have a good blocker for Dragon Ambush. If he's giving us this like this, I'm gonna Dragon Ambush right now. So this is summoning 2 Shark Chariots on the field, and also has the 2 Dragon Links, which are pushing an additional 4 damage. So opponent is forced to block with both Twisted Fate and the other unit right now. I guess they don't have to. I mean, yeah, they have to block with both. I guess they could have like a Mystic Shot or something. But if they have a Mystic Shot right now, then it means that, you know, I don't have to worry about a Mystic Shot next turn for set. Yeah, and there you go. There goes the Twisted Fate. Now, I like the Dragon Ambush to be played on their attack turn, like we just did right now. So I think because we have the Haunted Relic, I think what we're going to do is that we're going to do Set and then Haunted Relic. Especially now that the opponent tapped out of having a red card available to stop us. Now he does get a little bit of blockers here, which is a little bit unfortunate. He gets even a little bit of draw with Cool Shark, so he could draw into like a Mystic or get excited here. But I think this is correct. I think we go Set. If the opponent does not kill Set right here, then we get to summon the Shadows and 2 Shark Chariots. Sure, and this they get excited. And now, because the opponent has only 1 HP, we can do Unleash Energy, and we're attacking with 6 units. And that should be game. Because luckily opponent tapped out of red card last turn. Because I was kind of scared of doing the Haunted Relic. Because he could always do the red card and the Twisted Fate to completely get rid of the Haunted Relic. Because they only have 1 HP. But since he decided to summon Twisted Fate last turn, we didn't have to worry about it. And there you go. Again, where Set just kind of became bait for removal. And we ended up just winning just because of how many Ephemerals attackers we end up having. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against the Mirror. So Hecarim Zed versus Hecarim Zed. I have a hunch that we're gonna run into a lot of Hecarims today. Wow. I actually don't want to keep all 3 Shepherds. I think I just want to keep 1. And that could be enough. The Twin Disciplines could be really, really good. Oh, my eyes like itching. I don't know why. So unfortunately, the opponent has the turn 3 tokens. So that means that he'll be able to summon Zed and we won't be able to do anything about it. Now, we do have twins. So we could potentially do like a twin into blocking with the Soul Shepherd. And that could be tempting to do. Double Shepherd is actually kind of nice with the Dragon Ambush, right? Because it's going to make each one of these do 4 damage. No Shark Chariot is a little bit unfortunate. We could have attacked, but I don't think it's going to matter. Because we're going to have double Soul Shepherd, I think I'm okay. If the opponent summons Zed right here, they're going to get punished by the Twin Discipline. We will have to take 4 damage though, right? So it's either Zed, or they could have like their Ephemerals right now as well. That could be a little bit unfortunate. Like Shark Chariot. Okay, Shark Chariot is not the end of the world. I think I'm still okay doing the Soul Shepherd, to be honest. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the Zed next turn. Now, Now, opponent could punish us, right? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. No, I still think it's always Zed. This is nice because this will have synergized with the Dragon Ambush next turn, but I think it always has to be Zed. And we can attack with everything here as well. And if we ever need to heal, we can do the Dragon Ambush. Obviously, we do have to play around the 9, I guess, because the opponent is in Ionia. So the reason that I was considering the Shark Chariot is because if he dies this turn, we can summon it again with the Dragon Ambush on the next turn. I just don't know if that's actually worth it. Opponent decides to go all in on his Soul Shepherd. I'm gonna give him the block here if he has the Twin Discipline. So if he has the Twin Discipline, I'm okay with that. We can actually punish it with the set Shadow Shift. Is that enough? No, it's not, because he will only be 5. So the Twin Discipline will take this to 6. Ooh, he's gonna actually let us level up. It's sad. Okay. I guess it's just my guess is that the opponent just has the has all the ephemerals that they need, right? So the opponent has all the ephemerals that they need to just like attack us next turn with a big attack because they have double Soul Shepherd, and they also gonna have double Shark Chariot on the field, which is kind of unfortunate. So double Shark Chariot, and if they play like if they play any of the ephemeral spells, then we're gonna get hit by a lot of damage. In which case, maybe we need to actually sacrifice Zed. Oh, actually, I think we just sacrificed the Green Day Duo. Yeah, I think I just sacrificed the Green Day Duo. I think I'm okay sacrificing the Green Day Duo. Oh, wait, he actually is gonna have to play Zed now. Okay, so if he plays Zed now, we know that we can punish it with a Twin Discipline. Unfortunately, he is able to summon 3 more sharks, which is kind of annoying. I think we always sacrifice the duo because we're taking too much damage, and we can just block the Soul Shepherds with the Zed, so it's not a big deal. Opponent messed up because didn't they have another Shark Chariot on the field already? I guess actually we can't. No, yeah, we can still punish him with the twin play, right? This should be GG. Because we can kill the Zed here. We go down to 17, so I guess we just block. We just block like this and call it a day. We can just block like this, live at 1. Opponent doesn't have a way to stop us, even if we go down to 1 HP. And then next turn we can do the Dragon Ambush if we need to, or we can just open attack here, and that's gonna be 4, 8, 10, 12. Plus another 2. No, let's just open. Let's just open because we have the Shark Chariot as well. I think this is already a pretty good open attack. The Hunter Relic means that we wouldn't have enough space to attack with everything, right? Opponent should have a way to stop this. Even with the Vengeance, it's not enough. Yeah, there you go. And we can even Syncopation for fun. There we go. So we can even Syncopation there for fun and just do the full 13 damage. We also have Dragon Ambush to finish up after the fact. I don't think Vengeance is correct in this deck style because I feel like it's going to be a little bit too slow for what the opponent wants to do. So yeah, GG's. I guess I should have just pressed OK because now the opponent's going to rope us. So that's a little bit of BM for me by not pressing OK. Since we had the lethal anyways. So I deserve this. I deserve this. I extended the game a little bit by doing the Syncopation. But so yeah, so you saw how we were able to aggro them down. Unfortunately, opponent just ended up getting a bunch of Shark Chariots and not actually getting his ephemeral cards early on. So it ended up working out. Although we have pretty similar starts, right? Double Soul Shepherd, Zed, and everything. So yeah, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. So you saw how those games go. Sometimes you level up Hecarim, sometimes you don't need Hecarim at all. Like, there's so many ways that this deck can play out depending on what your draws are. But one thing that I noticed, right, as I keep playing this deck, is how important Soul Shepherd is. Because Soul Shepherd enables all your other ephemerals to just do a lot more damage than they will do otherwise. So I think when we talk about Mulligan, I like keeping the Sparing Student, I like keeping the Soul Shepherd, right? Because they're very, very key units. I like keeping at least one Shark Chariot, because then all of a sudden, the Shark Chariots can get out of control really quickly. So I'm looking for Sparing Student, Shark Chariot, Soul Shepherd. And Zed, right? Zed is another obvious one because Zed can start putting a lot of pressure early on that the opponent needs to block. So Zed, Soul Shepherd, Shark Chariot, Sparing Student are my mulligan tips. The Oblivious Island and the Shadow Assassin are good to keep sometimes, depending on the hand that you have. Like if you get the Oblivious Island and you really have Hecarim in your hand, maybe I keep both so I can cheat out Hecarim earlier. Shadow Apprentice can be really good as well. Early on, something with the duo, but usually I don't mind drawing them later into the game once the opponent has kind of tapped out of some more of their resources. I kind of going from there. So that's kind of what I recommend for mulligan tips. Again, play this deck more like an aggro deck with Hecarim and Harrowing being more of an alternate win condition that are both very, very, very powerful now in this meta. And Dragon Ambush is so good. Like I'm thinking I might even go to 3 of these. The only reason I'm still on 2 is because I think it's only a good card when you have Soul Shepherd or Hecarim already leveled up. So a lot of times if you draw 2 of them at a time, it could be a little bit clunky. But this card is really good at punishing the opponent's attack, because you can do this on their attack turn and force the opponent to have to block, especially if you have multiple Shark Chariots in the field. But anyways, enough rambling for me. As I mentioned earlier, I am probably going to be streaming on this deck tonight. If you're watching this on Wednesday night, you can find us there at Twitch Sirturmund, where we stream 3 to 4 times a week. Again, if you like the content, please make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.